Good morning from London's Islington, one of the top 10 highest Jewish communities in England, where also we have generated yet again, another Prime Minister who lived in the area or is from Islington, who became a Prime Minister. So now you understand how Prime Ministers, and this is why I came on YouTube and produced an elections podcast where selections have been presented to the public as they have done in the past. Marine Le Pen's looking awfully close to receiving her presidential First Lady, President of France. Now that she's going to ban the burqa, they're going to definitely put her in as a president, aren't they? And while we're... Oh dear. Shop that's closed. Oh. And while we're... Here we go, front page headlines. Evening Standard, one of the most dirtiest newspapers you could actually get for free, because the free newspapers are there to brainwash your mind. And so today I have a tip that I had a look. It's a horse tip. It's called Building Bridges. I believe this horse is owned by a government of some sort here, government here in England. Building Bridges is 4-1, or was this morning when I had a look. There's no certainty on horse racing. I do quote dead certain, and if you're listening carefully to my previous podcast, well done to those who had faith. Colombia and Brazil scored, both teams to score, as I advised the public, and I told them that it was a dead certain to happen, and it did happen. Other teams that I said that are dead certain to happen did happen. One of them in particular failed. I think it was Venezuela. They won 3-0 against, I can't remember who it was. But it was obvious Venezuela. It was also a selection that I've tipped you before. And I've told you that Venezuela is an anti-Zionist country, and as a result, they're looking to score goals. They're looking to rock the boat. And while I'm rocking the boat with my podcasts in advocating for gambling, rather than saying to you, rather than encouraging you, I pick certain times of the year where I deem a flutter is worthy to make. For example, world sports events, like, for example, even elections. I will come in and give out tips on that. I will give out tips on world-class horse racing events, world-class horse racing days.
Last bit to go.
Yeah, and I'll present them. For example, we've got the tennis that are coming up right now. Yesterday's psychological black operation with the Andy Murray and his brother. Well, I didn't even know he had a brother, let alone them playing doubles. If I knew that, I would have clearly told you to bet against. Well done to those who betted on both teams to score for England as well. That was debunked. Even though I don't really like talking about England, because quite frankly, it is a cash cow for the bookmaker, because the world knows that England is a football place. We're known for being the main place for football. soccer to you Americans. Hey, how are you? Are you? Okay. Yeah, so getting a prediction on England's football team is really you want to do the same tactics as Tottenham have been doing, really, either drawing or basically not doing well at all, but slowly creeping up there, basically. So England are not the best to back. However, that said, because the public have been numbed to be disappointed with having bets on England, and that this has been going on for some considerable time, there may be an opportunity where the bookmakers have actually programmed the public so much to think that England's never going to stop throwing your money down on England to score or to win or this. That window, everybody is not going to even touch it or are going to bet against. That opportunity might come up. I'm not sure. I need to have a look at the selections in order to give you a good analysis. This is not my analysis that I'm giving right now on Euro 2024 or Copa America. I will do that in another podcast today. I've got so much on my mind, it's unbelievable. I don't like doing podcasts when I've got things on my mind, because I don't want to have that frame of mind when I'm giving out tips to the public. This is money here we're talking about, and so I'll see how I feel. But later on, I'll probably will be doing a podcast to debunk the rest of the games for Copa America and Euro, and I'll be giving maybe an odd few horse racing tips. Subscribe to the podcast. All you need to do is go on YouTube, punch up the word at UCMEHERE, which means you see me here, and that is my podcast at the moment, where I'm live to you right now from. What else did I want to say in this quickly podcast? Yes, right, elections. So now all the Muslims in England, where their hopes and aspirations were stolen to Jeremy Corbyn becoming leader of the Labour Party, now we have George Galloway, who's took over, going on giving it the large mouth about he's stronger and better than Jeremy Corbyn, or has got more oomph in him or whatever. Well, George Galloway has just stolen the aspirations of Muslim voters across the country. Yeah. And this is indeed what I've always said, and I'll repeat. I don't care what you think about my thoughts of George Galloway. I've debunked him many years ago. I know what George Galloway is rather than who George Galloway is. Make what you will of that. I just don't appreciate leaders making promises and then going back on them, because that suggests that you ain't a man. And if you make me a promise and you go back on that word, then you ain't a man. Yeah, you ain't worthy to be respected, as far as I'm concerned, because to be respected, you have to earn your respect. Be you a politician, be you a ambassador of the Lebanese embassy, Rami Mortada, or his slimebag staff in the Blame Culture Lebanese embassy here in London's Islington. Now, I've tested the Lebanese embassy today and the last couple of days properly in trying to debunk what the fuck is going on with these people. Yeah, what are they doing in our embassy here? Yeah, and I say our embassy. And if any of you expats out there, any of you expats have a bad experience because of Lebanese embassies across the world, my advice is to you, get on YouTube like this and inform the public like I'm doing. Yeah, tell the public, because these people have so thick skin. Yeah, they are so out of touch with the public, they are so out of touch with reality and the legal judicial system here in England, that they need to have some people expose them and do it properly. And who knows, if I get the attention from a decent lawyer out there on these podcasts who actually believes in what I'm saying and understands that Zionism is racism, and that the British judicial system is a beautiful system. It is a wonderful compilation of processes and procedures that have been embedded in our country for decades and centuries and more. And we should be blessed. You know, I mean, I come from Lebanon, where the first school of law was created in the whole world. So you look that up. Yeah? And for me to be saying that there has to be some kind of correlation between England and Lebanon. And right now, what I see is that England are insulting the intelligences of Lebanese sovereignty with regards to my fucking presidential case. Yeah, my presidential case. Well, the message out there is, you don't send someone to a mental health hospital just because they received a phone call off of Bab the Palace. And for those of you out there who don't know what Bab the Palace is, Bab the Palace is our equivalent to number 10 Downing Street. Why is this all foggy? Yeah, Bab the Palace is our equivalent to number 10 Downing Street. That's the President's office. That's who I got a phone call off of. His right hand, General Adel Mashmoushi. He was, at the time when he phoned me, he was Colonel Adel Mashmoushi of the Internal Security Force. I've also received a phone call off of the former Prime Minister of Lebanon, and it was actually a guy called Bashar Bashir, or words sounded like that, from the Mustaqbal head office in Beirut, when the Mustaqbal party was around. And me saying that does not allow British government, certainly doesn't allow CID, the Jewish populated area CID here in Islington, here just up the road over there, Tolpuddle Street, yeah, the racists in Islington police station, doesn't mean that they can send me to a mental health hospital because I quoted that. No, it doesn't. I've got 27 years experience in the IT sector. And you don't work for Hewlett Packard, yeah, and have a mental health illness, do you really? They fucking sieve that right out. They through their processes and procedure. They identify these things. So it's not right. It's not right that I should be coming on YouTube and exposing what's happened. It's not right that I should be informing the public of my private matters, but I'm doing it. Why? Because my lawyer told me. And I'm going to quote to you again what my lawyer told me, and I quote, "Sam, I urge you to inform the public of your findings," unquote. So when a lawyer tells you that, yeah, so when a lawyer tells you, "Sam, I urge you to tell the public about what happened to you," yeah, you got to ask yourself, why? Why would a lawyer make such a powerful statement there like that? Yeah? Why? Because she hasn't got the fucking bollocks to say it like it is. Why? Because I've got the bollocks to say, yeah, it was a Jewish MP, Jewish racist MP. Because I've got the bollocks to say it. Because I've got the bollocks to say it like it is. And even when I say it, people raise their people raise their faces, and when I use the word racist, people get a bit all edgy. Look, he's still talking to me, and I'm ignoring him. He's still talking to me, and I'm ignoring him. But they don't like it when we start to expose what's happening. They don't like it, do they? They don't like it when we say it like it is. Yeah, that's why the former first counsel of the Lebanese embassy said to me, Sam, don't talk outside my office about your case. Right? That's what he said to me. Hazem Abdus Samad. Do you remember that, Hazem? Do you remember that when I came into the Lebanese embassy and sat down in front of you and Ali Banout, where the pair of you deceived me? I didn't want to meet you. I didn't want to see you. I didn't want to speak to you. I wanted to see the ambassador directly, because I know that the grapevine, once it reaches one hand to another, just like what happened in my presidential case, the grapevine is absolutely malicious. And I can confirm to you that my father, before he passed away, he did tell me that the police had told him, yeah, that apparently I think that the former Prime Minister of Lebanon, Saeed Hariri, is my friend. Now, two of my very stupid sisters, at least two that I don't know whether the other one believed it, but I assume she did, because I've got very green sisters who are really stupid. They have absolutely no experience working in the corporate world and never had in their entire lives. They have no, and they never ever paid rent in England 90% of their lives, so they don't know what it's like to live out there and how the cookie crumbles, and how when police bullshit, there are also medical professionals intend to expose those medical professional names that I came across. I intend to bring out their names. Why? Because if the public are aware of what's going on, yeah, and they can be have this data of information out there that I'm feeding the public, I'm blessing the public with. Yeah, I've got the bollocks to tell the public to come out and show my face and tell the public. Yeah,
It's fucking me out more than anything a little bit.
I've got the bollocks to do that, because if I don't do that, then they're gonna do it again to someone else. It's gonna happen to someone else. Yeah. And what about if the president's name gets insulted by CID? Yeah, are you happy with that, Lebanon? Yeah, fuck the politicians. But are you happy with that, Lebanon? When the integrity and the dignity of our president's name gets warped by CID, yeah, and they send you to a mental health hospital because you told them that you want a lawyer, and they put you in Communicado, and while they put you in Communicado, you told them that you'd got a call off of Babda Palace, and that they thought that this was crazy, and that they decided to issue Section 2 of the Mental Health Act. What a bunch of racist cunts in Islington, eh? What a bunch of fucking racist cunts. Now, there are racist cunts, but there are also racist Jewish cunts out there. Yeah, you might get an interruption on this podcast, because when I use those words there, I've noticed that I get interrupted numerously. There seems to be some kind of it's as if it was edited or a word was cut off, and that's what happens on YouTube. They'll cut off those words. I don't know what's happening here. Some kind of... Oh yeah, of course, the mayor. Islington's got a new leader. The other Jew. Yeah, we keep getting Jewish leaders, Jewish people who are leaders. Yeah, why? Why do we keep getting Jewish leaders? Why do we keep getting Jewish people in prominent, powerful positions? Yeah. Why is it? I believe that is racist. When there's a continuous consistency of having Jews in power, yeah, more than your average, yeah, there is a striking difference which cannot be translated into anything other than racism, and it is those who you question, those who they don't want you to question. It is them. It is them. When they say, if you want to find out, what was it? Oh, I can't remember what it is, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get some coffee in here. So a little bit later, I'll be giving out some debunking of the football sector. So stay tuned. And I know for a fact I've generated untold money for the public, so I'm quite chuffed with that myself. I'm quite happy with the way I've debunked it. Hey, how are you? May I have a Americano, a large Americano, please? Thank you. Where are we? Oh, there it is.
Yes, thank you.
Rituals. Yeah, so, all right. Building bridges, that horse that I tipped earlier, 4-1, yeah, I only tipped a place, so remember that, yeah. I do not tip the public for a winning horse, yeah. Never will you ever receive a tip from me tipping the public for a horse to win, yeah, because I have to, A, reduce risk factor because I'm giving out tips to the public, and B, open the options up so that I increase the possibility of a profit return. Thank you very much. Yeah, and so I believe that this formula is a good. Thank you very much. A good formula that allows me not to be slagged down as much when I give out tips. But more importantly, or more factually, 1 second there while I just get some sugar. I pick selections which are governmental, subliminal, black operation, psychological operation, and NLP messages that are being sent out. That's what I do. Yeah? I pick selections which are suggestive. I look at world event awareness. I look at nothing to do with speed, performance, statistics, none of that rubbish, none of that. That is totally the wrong way to make a decision on something or even shortlisting. So first time, I'm going to say this right now, yeah? First time £1,000 stake backers.
Sorry, I have to clean this one.
This is your moment. Sorry?
I have to clean this side.
Listen, mate, you go ahead, do what you need to do. I'm not in your way. Yeah? All right?
It's fine.
All right.
Sorry.
I just want to
Take your time. It's fine.
shake my... Yeah? Yeah?
Sorry.
That's all right. And I'm going to put one more in there if you don't mind.
Okay, just
Because you're rushing me and I don't like it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. 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 They don't like my suggested talking. That's my gift to them. Comes over, wants to clean it while I'm actually putting sugar in there. Anyway, right, so yeah, building bridges, place only. Yeah. What else? I do. Oh yeah, actually, I have a quite an interesting selection of tips on my tracker alerts, and I'm not sure how far down we are, but I'm going to see if I can pull them out once I just stop somewhere here. Oops, that is hot. Yeah, let's get these tips out because there are some selections on them that are quite suggestive.
Molly was always the best.
Right, stay with me.